Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the Jeff and Katie Show.
The Katie and Jeff Show.
Yeah, there you go. Here we go, Katie doll. It's Sunday and you're on the go.
At 4 o'clock, it's time to slow.
'Cause everybody that you know is
watching.
The Jeff and Katie Show.
The Katie and Jeff.
No, the Jeff and Katie Show.
The Katie and Jeff.
No, the Jeff and Katie Show.
Maybe it's commutable.
It's simply irrefutable.
No matter what, we know that you'll be watching.
The Jeff and Katie Show.
The Katie and Jeff
No,
Show.
the Jeff and Katie Show.
The Katie and Jeff Show. Commutable.
Refutable.
Disputable.
Delusional.
No matter what, we know that you'll be watching. The Jeff and Katie Show. Math.
Katie doll.
Yay.
Here we are.
Here we are.
So many math problems later.
So many. How many math problems later?
Well, at least 22, because that's
right.
the number of episodes we're on now.
Yeah. It must be. Hasn't we been saying 22 for a while?
Yeah, we have.
Maybe
I think
24.
we finally caught up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did a count.
Okay.
So this is number 22.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And here we are in the production building. As always, we have stuff going on at Northern Sky. Do we ever stop?
No.
I don't think we do.
Although this is the last Jeff and Katie show for a while.
It's the last one for a while.
Yeah. But anyway.
But you know, it's been a really good first season.
It has.
I think we're going into syndication. That's what I've heard.
Great.
Yeah.
This is
Since
our
we're in control of
hiatus. What?
Since we're in control of it.
Right. Yeah. Is 22 shows that's a normal amount of shows for like a TV show, right? Like a season of a TV show.
More in some cases.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when things drop on Netflix, sometimes you're lucky if you get 10 episodes, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Huh.
Drop us. You get 22. Such a deal.
Drop us. Pick us up.
So on Saturday, this coming Saturday, October 31st, which happens to be Halloween, we're going to have a bone dance reboon.
Ooh.
Scary. Do you have props?
No, I have this amazing muff to keep my hands warm.
You're staying warm so you can play the guitar.
Yeah, I feel like Aaron Rodgers. Yep.
We had so anyway, I was saying on Halloween Saturday at 7 p.m. we're going to have a bone dance reunion.
Reboonion,
which is going to be really fun. When I sent out the notice to all of the people who've been involved in all 4 of the productions at Northern Sky, that show debuted here, believe it or not, in 1995. We did it again in 98, then again in 2005, then again in 2010. So it has not been done for 10 years, for starters. And it's 25 years now since the original production. And when I sent out the notice to 40-some people who had all been involved in all 4 of those productions, the 6 people who were in the original cast in 1995 were the first ones to respond to say, yes, we want to do a reunion. So it's going to be really exciting. And then in 2005, I then worked with Ralph Lee, who's a puppet master in New York. He famously started the Halloween parade down in Greenwich Village. It's morphed into something that is not Ralph's anymore, but back in the day, it was a theatrical event that featured all of his ghoulish, ghastly, wonderful puppets.
It's so cool. And can I just say, everyone, last week, Jeff was telling me about this, and I was like, is it the Macy's? Did it morph into the Macy's parade? And Jeff was like, well, no. One is on Thanksgiving, and one is on Halloween.
Other than that. And so anyway, Ralph Lee will be joining us, too, from New York.
So exciting. And he has some puppets to show us, right?
Yeah, he's got when I first visited Ralph, I think I first went to Ralph's place in New York when Fred was still alive, so it would have been around 2000. And I think Fred and I both went to see an off-Broadway show that he was doing that was a version of the Popol Vuh, which is like an ancient Mayan folk tale. And he had designed these puppets and was doing this interesting story about the Popol Vuh. And I went to his loft apartment in Greenwich Village, and he's been there forever. And that's where they also do a lot of their building. They also have a place in upstate New York where Meadowee River Theater Company, which is what he and his wife Casey run. But they do a lot of their work in the city in their loft down in Greenwich Village, which Ralph has been in forever. And that's where...
Like they live there and they work there.
Yeah.
So cool.
So when you walk in, he has all of these amazing puppets that are just all over the loft, you know. So it's like walking into a theater production, you know.
And I was wondering, was Paul Stills involved in that first 95 production or no?
No, well, he wasn't, except, you know, give credit where credit is due.
Story theater show.
Yeah, a story theater show, and I learned everything I knew about how to do bone dance from working with Paul Sills. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known how to do a show like that. You know, and he actually paid me a really nice compliment when he came to see the show. He said, you know, you really you know what you're doing with story theater. So
That's so great.
Yeah, it was
You know, we just watched this movie on Netflix last night about the Chicago 7. I'm not sure what it's called, but Aaron Sorkin wrote it and directed it. And
it's the trial of
the trial of the
seven or
Chicago
something?
7. Yeah. And Rich told me that Paul Sills testified in that trial. Because when the 68 riots broke out, some of the protesters took safe haven or something in his theater.
No kidding.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's interesting.
Side note: Rebunion.
Is that the Tom Hayden?
Yeah.
Thing? Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the other thing that happened here last night, which this space is just booked all the time apparently.
Yeah.
Ray,
the most wanted warehouse performance space in Door County, in Bailey's Harbor.
We had a special
Fish
event
Creek.
last night. Ray Jivoff, who many would know from playing Dad in Dad Season Tickets,
being on the Jeff and Katie show.
Or being on the Jeff and Katie show. That's true. He did a cabaret last night called I Love a Cabaret, and it is still available if you go to our website, as are so many things that we have done in our virtual season, right?
Yep.
And we had
on demand.
We had some people who showed up unexpectedly to be audience members last night, and those two people were Peter Tan and his wife Rachel. I had gone hiking with Peter and Rachel in Peninsula State Park. Peter came up and wanted to present an award that we had won. We had done a press release about this award, right? And it's an architectural award for our building.
So cool.
And he passed off this beautiful. Christine, you want to show that to the people? Let me read what it says. This is the commercial design awards that are given by In Business Magazine every year. This is a statewide submission, and they award in different areas, and we won for Best New Development or Renovation. And that's Northern Sky Theater, Creative Center, and Gould Theater.
Oh,
Isn't that amazing?
Love it.
So Peter did a very nice thing and presented that to me on the stage out in the park. We did get some footage of it, so we can put that on Facebook later, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love winning awards for that building because we really wanted it to be a special building, and that other people are recognizing that it is really, really satisfying.
Well, and we worked so hard on it, right? I mean, like, a lot of time and attention put into it. So, yay!
Yeah,
that's great.
Yay, indeed. So that was exciting.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of special guests. This will be the first time, right? No, yes.
That we've had two special guests?
Two.
I'm pretty sure it is the first time.
It's the first time.
Yeah.
I know it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to introduce our first special guest. Everybody knows this special guest, and if you don't, you should. And if you don't, you probably will. Holly Feldman, come join us.
Yay,
Holly, of course, is
woo!
development director for Northern Sky, and also has a long history with the company. Hi, Holly.
Hi, friends. Hello.
Hi, Holly.
Hi, guys.
How's autumn?
How's autumn?
Yeah.
I love autumn.
Yeah, you have a scarf on. You're celebrating the season and everything.
I'm alive in autumn.
Do you?
I wasn't born in autumn. I was born in spring, but you would think that I was born this time of year.
Doesn't one of your children have the middle name Autumn?
Yes, actually, Georgia
Yeah.
Autumn. Yep,
Georgia Autumn?
Georgia Autumn. Yep, she was born in November.
Do you know what my last name means?
Autumn.
Oh yeah, autumn. Does
In
it
German.
Mean? Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Could have named her Georgia Herbst.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been really, really poetic.
Yes.
Georgia Herbst. So, Katie, Holly Feldman, what's going on in Northern Skyland that we should be knowing about?
Well, lots of exciting stuff.
Yeah.
You know, of course, this is such an unusual year, and everything that Northern
Do tell.
everything that Northern Sky has been presenting to all of our fans across the interwebs has been, pretty much an exchange. You give us a gift, and we'll send you a link, and those funds were used to help support our actors and our musicians and anyone we could support through this season. And now that we're coming to the end of the year, it's time to really think about where do things stand?
Yeah.
How do we recover from this year of lost revenue? How do we plan cautiously for 2021 and get into 2022 as whole as possible?
Yeah.
And so we took a look at that and we said, this end of year, we're going to launch our Rekindle campaign,
Yeah.
which is a campaign to help support this year of lost revenue, plan cautiously and protectively of our season next season, and then get to 2022 as whole as possible. So in the last couple weeks, many of the people listening would have gotten this mailing. We've got many pieces to this campaign. See our funny little picture about saying goodbye to 2020 on there from Belgians. And then inside that was this beautiful piece with that young child with the glow of the fire.
Is that a Len Villano photograph?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep. Taken around our fire in the park after one show. And so we've put all the pieces together, sent out our mailing, asking for support from so many folks who are good to support us every year, our loyal fans. We launched our website. We have a video I hope people will watch.
Hey, where is that website and where the people could see the video?
Yes, it's rekindlecampaign.com?
No, rekindlenorthernsky.com.
rekindlenorthernsky.com.
You can
Wow,
also
that
get
was a
you
trivia
can also
question.
get to
I
the
failed.
video on Facebook,
Yes.
which is
yep.
where everybody's
That's
watching
true.
this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
now.
true. Oh, you're right here, but don't navigate away from
Yeah,
the
don't
Jeff
go
and Katie
away.
show.
Don't
Yeah,
go away.
don't go away.
It'll be there.
But it's just a great, and the thing I love about this video, which I hope you all take a chance to take a moment to watch, is the outtakes at the end. The whole video is great, but the outtakes at the end, what I hope you'll get from that is just that we are still having fun together.
Yeah.
And we just enjoy each other, and
Yeah.
we just laugh, and we have a good time. So that video is out there, and all of that is in an effort to raise $1.75 million
Right.
to support us. And the
Right.
great news. Well, go ahead.
No. Yeah, hold off on the great news.
Yeah.
One of the things that's interesting to me is tomorrow will be our monthly finance committee meeting and board meeting, and I was reviewing our financials as we always do every month, and looking at, the reality when you look at the black and white is fairly stark, As you were saying, Holly, we've had no revenue this year, and at this time last year, we had a sold-out show going on in the Gould Theater. It's like night and day, and the numbers are as black and white as they can get. And it meant that at this time last year, we had probably earned close to $1 million of ticket revenue.
Mm-hmm.
This year, it's zero.
$0.
Yeah, that's as stark as it gets, right?
Yep, exactly.
And yet, it is a testament to this organization and to our board and just to the stick-to-itiveness of our nature that nobody threw in the towel. And we have, honestly, we have been as busy as ever, just making sure that we are staying creatively vibrant, that we're staying connected to you all because we love you so much and you have responded in kind, and it's been greatly appreciated. And the thing that I like the most about this, honestly, is we haven't missed a beat. We've missed them. We've missed our audience. We've missed everybody who, we're used to seeing. But we haven't missed a beat as an
That's right.
organization.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've, the Rekindle campaign, the name really comes from, and as you look at some of the materials, that we're just keeping the home fires burning and waiting to be together again. So that's where that name came from, and it just really, the imagery around it and, all of the language we could find around that was really beautiful, and so that's where the name came from, and here we are this is one of the things, Jeff and Katie show, keeping the home fires burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this whole Rekindle campaign now has been launched, and you can go to the website, you can see it on Facebook, you can get your the flyer. The letter is also, if you want to see the letter, is also on our website, correct?
Yep, exactly, yep.
So all of it's there, and we are also going to have, in essence, a kickoff event.
Yes. And before we get to that, I'll give you the good news,
Oh,
which is
really good news.
The really great news is that we are halfway to our goal.
We're over halfway.
We're over halfway. We're really
Use
over
the word,
halfway.
Holly.
Yes, we're over halfway. We're over halfway to our $1.75 million goal, which
Yeah.
is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's
people-
thanks to so many of the
Yes.
people watching right now.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
People
really
have
crazy.
come to us. Jeff and I have been talking with folks during the quiet phase of the campaign, and everyone who we've talked to said, you've been keeping some joy in my life, and so that is just something we're really proud of, and we're so grateful because
You've gotten some great testimonials from people, too, who've already responded to the Rekindle campaign, which is really gratifying.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And one of the ways we're going to kick that campaign off with a lovely event is our Home for the Holidays, wherever you are.
Right.
Very similar to our Raise the Curtain Wherever You Are, which we did this past spring. And what I hope will come, well, you'll hear a lot more about it. It's on the website as well. But what I hope will come of that is, our constellation, or our Raise the Curtain Wherever You Are is what I'm talking about. Raise the Curtain Wherever You Are. It brought in people who never could have come to that event in May.
Yeah.
And I hope the same is true for Home for the Holidays, because there's not a lot of people who are here in December.
No.
So there's all different ways to participate in that. There's special gifts you can receive, including in one of the box options that we have for a $200 gift. We will send you this puzzle, Northern Sky puzzle, jigsaw puzzle.
Specially made for the event.
I love puzzles,
Yes,
so
you do.
I was very excited about that.
It was very fun to watch Holly plot about this puzzle.
Yes.
It became clear that Holly is a puzzle aficionada.
Fanatic?
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
Did you say aficionada?
Yes.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yes, so there's all different ways to participate. There's also, just looking at our artist market that we're going to have. So all different ways to help support us at the end of the year. We're going to do 12 days of the holidays leading up to it on December 12th. So keep your eyes open for that. But in the spirit.
Well, and the
of
Jeff
that.
and Katie, did you say the Jeff and Katie show is going to be back on the 12th
right.
too?
Yeah.
Jeff and Katie show is
we'll
gonna-
MC that live throughout the day, like we did for Raise the Curtain. That'd be fun.
I hope that Jeff will. My favorite moment of Raise the Curtain was Jeff introduced us to some aged cheese, and I'm hoping that we can have a similar moment on this time
I
too.
don't think there's any
Cheese.
cheese in the box this year, but there's.
I'm just going to bring
also-
some.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I loved it too much.
You never have too much cheese.
No.
So what are we going to do now? Let's do a song in
Yes.
celebration of Home for the Holidays, December 12th coming up that everybody can look forward to.
Yeah.
I wonder what the song is.
I wonder.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, 'cause no matter how far away you roam, when you pine for the sunshine of a friendly gaze, for the holidays you can't beat home sweet home. I met a man who lives in Tennessee, and he was headed for Pennsylvania and some homemade pumpkin pie. From Pennsylvania, folks are traveling down to Dixie's sunny shore. From Atlantic to Pacific, gee, the traffic is terrific. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, 'cause no matter how far away you roam, if you wanna be happy in a million ways, for the holidays you can't beat home sweet home. I met a man who lives in Tennessee, and he was heading for Pennsylvania and some homemade pumpkin pie. From Pennsylvania, folks are traveling down to Dixie's sunny shore. From Atlantic to Pacific, gee, the traffic is terrific. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, 'cause no matter how far away you roam, if you wanna be happy in a million ways, for the holidays you can't beat home sweet home. For the holidays you can't beat home sweet home.
Thank you, Holly Feldman.
Yay!
That'll get everybody in the spirit.
That's right.
And isn't it supposed to snow sometime soon?
I
Did I
saw
just say
snow
that
this
out loud?
weekend.
It did snow
Yes.
over the weekend.
I saw snow this weekend up north. Yeah.
Where?
Up in Florence, Wisconsin.
What were you doing up there?
I was
Oh, you went. To,
just-
you
yeah.
had a little.
Yeah,
little,
yeah.
little thing,
Yeah, it's fun.
a little leaf peeping thing.
My circadian rhythm is off now though because that
Your circadian rhythm?
like the Earth rhythm, like
Your
it feels
Earth
like
rhythm's
November.
off, Holly?
Yeah.
Oh,
My Earth rhythms are off.
I don't know
Oh, no.
what's the cure
It
for
felt like
that.
November. It feels like Thanksgiving should be around the corner because I saw that good snow.
I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But I think that last time this year we had snow.
That seems possible.
You know?
You know, when I was 8, there was the great Halloween blizzard of Minnesota in 1991, like
Oh,
on
did you go
Halloween.
Did you go trick or treating?
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, anyone who grew up in Minnesota
Yeah.
in my era, like, it's like the one thing, like, we might disagree on everything in the world, but we know the Halloween blizzard was amazing. But for parents, I'm sure it was terrible.
Yeah, I think don't you in these climates you have to buy like your kids Halloween costumes have to be like twice the size
Yeah,
so that they
right.
can put them over the top of their
Right, because
winter
if you have
gear.
the parka
Yeah.
outside, it really cramps the style.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I know. I'm like,
totally.
you're a very square ghost.
Oh, it's so true.
So,
so-
let's introduce our second special guest.
Yay!
Since Holly Feldman
An embarrassment of
bolted on
riches.
us, Holly's going to be back. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
So we have a really special guest. Christine Salmon is here.
Christine, woo! Yay!
She's bringing in her microphone. Christine is our box office manager and volunteer coordinator, and has been now for a couple of years. Right?
Started in 2019.
In 2019. Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
I know it just feels like I've been here, but I was a volunteer for 5 years prior.
Right.
So
Right.
I've kind of been
And of
around.
course.
And I was a fan since 1990.
That's
David
about
is-
my same time.
David, is Christine's mic on? Yes. Okay. I can't hear her in my thing.
Hello.
So anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted you because I wanted to hear you.
Oh, that's quite all right. No, yes, I started as the box office manager and volunteer coordinator in 2019.
Uh-huh.
And we did have a rip-roaring season last year.
Yeah, no kidding.
And we're really looking forward to having another one this year. We got sidelined a little bit, but
Yeah.
I think that we have come together very well.
Yeah.
And I don't just think that. I know that because I have contact with patrons on a regular basis.
Uh-huh.
They email, they still call. We're in the box office Monday through Friday, 10 till 4. And I'm hearing from them all the time how much they really appreciate everything that we've been doing for them with our virtual season.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bet you that the people that we all miss the most, I know I have missed them greatly this year, are volunteers. Now, we've had some volunteers come in, and our Tuesday crew has been really active. So, those guys, they've just been fantastic. But, we have Legion, including my mom. I mean, she missed it like crazy. She just missed it like crazy. She was
Definitely.
so looking forward to just launching in and running. She said, I was going to be running back and forth from the outdoor theater to the indoor theater, and I
Yeah.
was just going to,
I know. And it was going to be such a robust season with 10 shows between the two venues
Right.
throughout the course of the entire year. So we already had planned a very aggressive recruiting program, shall we say, because we were really going to need to increase our numbers of
Yeah,
volunteers.
yeah.
We already have 250 volunteers who
Yeah.
are active every single year.
Isn't that crazy?
We were going to need more.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, we're an amazing place to volunteer for. And they're so loyal. We even have vacationers who come to Door County every single year, and they contact us and say, hey, we're going to be here the week of July 4th.
Yep.
When can we volunteer for you?
Yep.
So they make that a part of their vacation is to volunteer with us. And it says a lot for this organization
That's
that
cool.
people are so loyal.
yeah,
it's really
I
cool.
know it.
Yeah.
So, Christine, tell them the
Yes.
bad news.
Yeah.
That's really good news for you.
It is. I am leaving Wisconsin. My parents are in Florida. I think the whole COVID thing really hit me. I don't think so. I know. So the COVID thing really hit me, not being able to see my parents on a regular basis. So my husband and I are packing up our home, which we are not going to sell because we need our anchor here in Door County. We won't leave here forever, but we are heading for Florida to be closer to my parents.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll continue to work remotely for at least a couple of months, 3 months, until they find somebody to replace me.
Can't be
who
done,
can be
really,
here. I
but
know
no.
it is the most bittersweet moment of my life, without a doubt. It's
Well,
This-
it's who doesn't? Nobody wants to leave a job that they love, but thank goodness you loved it,
I know.
right?
Oh, and I have.
Yeah, that's great. That's really great.
It's a
So
great job.
You were just down in Florida. Did you guys find a place? I hope you found.
I did. I signed a
good.
lease on Thursday.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, great.
Congratulations. That's great.
So I won't be homeless in a month.
Yeah,
That's
good.
a good feeling.
You
Yeah,
also
yeah,
won't
yeah.
be in the snow.
I will not be in snow in a month.
Yeah, that's a plus.
So some can fall between now and then. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Did you say? Are you going to Fort Myers? Is that where you're going? Or?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's North Fort Myers, South Punta Gorda.
South Dakota. Okay. Yeah. I lived in Sarasota for 3 years.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah. I so loved it. It was I went from being a Wisconsin boy to grad school in Florida, and man, did I learn why people are snowbirds.
Yeah.
I was out at that beach like a beach bum every chance I could get.
Were you?
know. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I-
you were
I
in your
just-
20s.
was
I
in my
probably
20s.
won't be.
I just loved it. No, I was crazy foolish because I got way too much sun. But I loved swimming in salt water because I'd never done that before.
Yeah.
It's just the whole thing
You
was
get scared
right
of
up my alley.
sharks? You didn't
What?
have scare? Do you didn't have shark fear? I would have shark
I
fear.
didn't have shark fear. Should have I?
No, I mean I have shark fear in the pool, literally. Like in the pool at the
Oh, you
YMCA, I
do?
have shark fear. So
Did you
like,
see Jaws when you were 2?
no, I don't know why.
You weren't even born when Jaws
before I
was
saw. Well, I right. I mean, I wasn't born, but I did see it when I was maybe 13. But I was scared
Oh.
of sharks before that.
Oh.
In my new play, there's a reference to lake sharks, which is what Dora Shakespeare actors used to taunt me with. Like if
Lake
we went
sharks.
swimming, they would say, "Katie Daw, the lake sharks are on their way," and I would go, "Oh." So anyway,
Yeah, a new invasive species.
yeah.
So Christine and Katie are. You can see all of us, I think. Katie Doll, are you wearing any Packer green today?
I am, but I'm not at liberty to show it on the
Oh
screen.
please! Oh please! She didn't wear any green.
this.
I even look at me.
Wow. I mean, you
have
clearly are the superior fan.
You
I do have
are.
green eyes.
And the hat.
You do have green eyes, yeah. Well,
Uh-huh.
We all kind of do.
I'm
Huh?
sporting the earrings.
Oh, yay, way to
Oh,
go.
yeah, I've got the earrings.
see. Well, apparently, I know Katie Doll's a huge Packer fan. We
Mm-hmm.
also know that Christine is because didn't you kind of open up your basement to prop recruitment for
Yes.
Dad season tickets?
Yes.
And was it not found out by many that you have, I don't know, oodles and oodles and oodles of Packer souveniralia, whatever you call it?
Truly an obscene amount of Packers paraphernalia.
Uh-huh.
To the extent where every time my husband and I are at, I don't know, a craft fair or even the Packers Pro Shop and we buy one more item of something, we text or call our daughter and say, FYI, one more thing you're going to have to deal with when we die. She's thrilled.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And no, so you grew up in Green Bay, right?
Yes, born and raised.
And so did your parents also collect Packer paraphernalia? Or-
No.
No. Oh, wow.
No, not at all.
So do you
But
guys have season tickets in your family?
Phil and I have 4 season tickets.
do?
Wow.
We do. We've kind of leased out 2 of them to some good friends of ours, and so they pretty much own those 2. They're in our name, but they get to lease them from us.
And so then the other 2, you'll be looking for somebody to
People
take
to-
custody of for a
right.
while you're in Florida.
Exactly, because we're not going to be home for every home
Yeah.
game. So,
Well, I did bring you a
have
lot
your
of
number.
cookies today. Yeah.
Sounds
okay.
like a Dad
Good.
season ticket
I
scenario.
like cookies. It really does, doesn't
How
it?
much do you want them, Katie Doll?
I have your number.
Yeah. I jest.
I
I'm
have
sure
her
there are
number,
more
too.
deserving people. What?
I have her number too.
Yeah.
So these 2 are going to quiz one another. Today's trivia section is going to be the 2 of them doing a little trivia off between one another to see who. I don't know. Are you going to try and stump one another, or did you do easy ones?
I don't know.
Can I jump in if I know them and beat you to the punch?
I think so.
Sure.
Oh, all right.
Sure.
Okay.
And we're
Okay.
gonna switch off questions. We decided.
We're going to alternate.
Do you want me to go first,
Yeah.
Sure.
Christine?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Who founded the Packers?
Ooh, I know this one.
Curly Lambeau.
Good job. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, your turn.
And what were the Green Bay Packers originally called?
The
It is
Indian Packing Company.
I don't even have to give you the options.
No,
She
you don't.
knows it. It is the Indian Packers. I am very impressed, Katie Dahl.
Thank you, Christine.
That showed up on the Jeff and Katie show in the past, so not as
It
much
did?
credit as yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that's where I
Oh,
learned
come
it.
on.
I didn't know that's where I learned it.
Oh, I don't know if you learned it that way. I'm just saying it has been on the show.
I wasn't skeptical. I was just forgetful. Now, who was the Packers' longest running head coach?
That would be Lombardi.
Nope. You want a second
Lambeau.
guess? Yeah, good job. Correct.
It was one or the
Every
other.
answer, Christine, is apparently Lambeau.
Yeah. Curly Lambeau.
Yeah.
Earl Curly
Oh,
Lambeau.
that was my next question. What was Curly Lambeau's real name? Good job.
What was it? What was it?
Earl.
Earl?
Earl. The
Earl.
Pearl. Sure.
Curly Earl.
Early.
Early
Early. Okay. What date in 1919 did Curly Lambeau found the Packers football team? And this is my hint for you.
Okay.
It's also my birth date.
Oh, good Lord.
Right. Come
Yeah,
on. Think
don't
back
know.
to last year's volunteer appreciation picnic.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh.
So
August?
August 13th.
So close.
August 12th.
Subtract one more.
11.
Yes.
We tied, Jeff.
Well done. Very well done.
Okay, now I'm running out of questions because I had what was the Green Bay Packers' original name and what year were they founded. So,
Ask them again, see if I remember.
that's right. I was wondering if you knew what Green Bay Packers quarterback holds the franchise record for the most passing yards in a season.
Oh, I think I know this one.
Most passing yards in a season would be Aaron Rodgers in 2011.
Way to go! That was my follow-up question. Which year?
No
Rock
way.
on.
Oh, way.
How do you know that?
That's how
I
good
was there.
he is.
Oh, there you go.
2011 was like the
Eyewitness.
record-breaking season, and it's like when I got into that, it was very convenient because I was just spending my first couple winters in Door County, so it was like it was a time to get hooked, right? It's like how the drug dealers give you the really good stuff first, like it's like the Packers were really good right
Yes.
off the bat.
Did he break Brett Favre's record, or who's?
Yeah. No,
No.
you think Bart Starr?
No. Oh, gosh. Who was it? Hang on. I actually have that here.
Oh,
He broke. It was Lynn Dickey's
Lynn
record.
Dickey.
No way.
Lynn Dickey, for real. It was.
When did he play? In the 70s?
No, 80s.
80s?
Isn't that an amazing name?
I think he was
He
the eighth.
he
Lynn
had
Dickey.
it's like a boy named Sue. Like he had a lot to
Yeah,
overcome
yeah.
in life. That, Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, Lynn
Yeah.
Swan too,
Lynn Swan.
right?
right.
Another football player, I think. Wasn't he a Steeler? Anybody know? Nobody knows. Lynn Swan? Do you know,
Yes.
David? Yes, we say confidently.
I say
Next
that-
question.
Yes, next question. Your turn, Christine.
So this is kind of a Packers adjacent question.
Okay.
So Door County Magazine, 3 winters ago in their magazine did an article about home bars,
Oh,
and Phil and I were one of the featured bars.
you are kidding.
No, I am not kidding. So it was Miles Danhausen was the writer, Len Villano the photographer. They both came to the house and visited for a while, and we had a lot of fun with them. Miles named our bar a certain name. So I'm going to give you 4 choices, and
Okay.
you can decide which one it is.
Okay.
A, Salmon's Packers Palace.
Okay.
B, Cherry Bounce on Apple Lane. C, Appleholics Anonymous. D, Salmon's Sports Paradise.
What was the first? What was A?
A was Salmon's Packers Palace.
I think D.
You are incorrect.
What's the real answer?
The real answer is Salmon's Packers Palace.
Oh,
A.
yay!
Yes.
It was between A and D, I thought.
And the fun of B and C are Cherry Bounce is one of our traditions. So when you come to one of our parties, our Packer game parties, the first thing you do is you select your shot glass, which is your shot glass for the day. And each time the Packers score, you get to choose from about a dozen to 15 different flavors of Cherry Bounce.
Wow.
Wait, Cherry Bounce has different flavors?
At my house, it does, yes.
What does
Do
that
you have
mean?
like different bourbon, different whiskeys, different brandies and stuff? Or?
Different brandies, different vodkas. I have a chocolate martini. I have a cherry margarita. I have the old fashions, whiskey and brandy.
Why is it called Cherry Bounce?
I don't know.
It's just like a good name, right? Like,
Yeah.
What?
It's a Wisconsin thing.
Doesn't
I
have anything
mean,
to do
like
with
it's-
cherries?
Sure.
It was cherries.
Sure,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
take
yeah,
the big jars and you pack it full of delicious Door County cherries and you pour a whole bunch of booze and a little bit of sugar in. You let it sit for 6 months and
Oh, and
It's
you
a
can
yummy
alter
treat.
the booze, and you can alter the and put chocolate in
Exactly.
if you want, but always cherries.
always cherries.
I got it.
Yes.
You can
I'm
make
with
other
ya.
bounces. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But
So we have a lot of fun.
Okay.
And then C, Appleholics Anonymous, our house drink is called Appleholic. And for our bake-off today, that's what I brought for everybody to sample.
I am so excited about that. Can I just say that I am working on a play about moonshine? I'm working on a new play about moonshine. And I have been racking my brain to try to think of good names for alcohol. Like I've been trying to think like what is the best name for a moonshine. So if you all have like a Door County moonshine, you know, because there's like really good ones from Appalachia, you know, like Panther's Breath and
Oh,
like
right.
Yeah.
you know, like Mountain
Yeah.
Dew, stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
like all good, but I feel like I have the challenge of naming the Door County moonshine. So this is helpful inspiration. I'm
Okay.
sure that the Appleholic will really inspire me.
You just have to have a party at your house and tell everybody in attendance to submit their idea for the new house drink.
That's right.
That's how ours
I'll have to have a
was
Zoom
born.
party. Oh, that's how yours figured
That's
out
exactly
yours.
how
That's
it was
awesome.
born. Yes.
Okay, now, Christine.
'Kay.
What this is also a Green Bay Packers adjacent question.
Okay.
What do you know the original name of the city that eventually became Green Bay? It was originally a trading post. Do you remember what it was originally called? Do you know what it was originally called?
Was it Nicolay?
No, good guess.
Schwabenon.
No,
No, but that's a good guess.
the Baie des Points, which means the Bay of Stinking Waters. And it was named that for the green algae that smelled awful. And then they still named it for the green algae, but they changed it to Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah, so much better.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is something I didn't know.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What Packers player was on the receiving end of Brett Favre's first NFL completion?
Brett Favre.
Yes, it was. Did Jeff know that?
Well, who was it?
Brett Favre. He caught his own pass.
It got deflected.
It did. Against Tampa Bay on September 13th, 1992. Just lock that away for next time.
I love it.
Locked.
Okay, now, Christine, as you are a Green Bay native, I thought you might have a chance at this question. When I go to Green Bay, I always go with some directionally challenged. When I go to the Packers games, I go with some directionally challenged friends who shall not be named. And there's always
Jacinda.
her name rhymes with Lucinda Muffin. And so we're always like trying to get to the correct side of the stadium, you know, so that after we leave and like Rich, my husband, like is a very confident Green Bay navigator, but he's very quiet. So he just sort of sits back there and lets Jacinda and Dan, who we also go with, just duke it out, you know, like, and Rich will say to me, I don't think we should be going this way, but it's just like not worth it to like enter the fray. Anyway, what I was wondering is if you know how like Lambeau Field is basically fills a whole city block kind of like, so do you know the 4 streets surrounding Lambeau Field?
Oh.
Lombardi, Ridge,
Yeah.
Oneida.
Yeah. This is the hard one, I think.
Well, it is. I mean, if you're
This
going to
is
go
a
in a
slash.
perfect square, it's going to have to be off a little bit, and that would be like Canterbury.
So that's not on my list.
But if you're going to move it in closer to the stadium on a street that's not straight up and down, it's going to curve a little bit. That would be, oh my gosh, I cannot think of the name of it.
Well, one of them is a road that has 2 V's. Like a two-word
Valley View.
road. Yes, good job, Valley View.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock on, Christine. That was very good. I would not have been able to do that one bit.
If Jacinda Duffin had been listening to that conversation, her head would have exploded.
I hope you're okay, Jacinda.
I know Charles already has. So.
How are we doing on time? Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. How many Dad's season tickets cast members came to the Salmon's Packers Palace for a Thursday night game in the 2019 season?
I love that.
Would you
Okay.
like the choices? It is multiple choice.
Sure.
A, all of them.
Okay.
B, 2. C, none of them. D, 3.
Well, I was going to guess all of them. Is it all of them?
It is not all of them.
Okay. Is it none of them?
It is not none of them.
Oh. 3.
It is 3.
Jeff won.
Very good, Jeff.
Thank you.
Would you like to take a guess who they were?
Doug Manchesky.
No.
Anna Klein. I bet it was the girls.
Anna Klein.
Anna Klein, Kelly Doherty, and Jamie
Jamie
Mercado.
Mercado.
Jamie, Kelly, and one guy.
Ray. Chase.
Chase.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
How fun.
Fun.
I know. It was really fun.
Oh, that sounds great.
Nice that they came.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Let's see. Did I have another one? Oh, I have one for Jeff. I'm confident
Okay.
in Jeff's ability to answer this
All right.
correctly. And I may not even give you the multiple choice. I think you'll be able to just say it.
Here we go.
Are you ready? What are Green Bay Packers fans commonly called?
I think they're called cheeseheads.
Yes, they are.
Yay.
If I didn't know that, I should not be artistic director of Northern Sky,
No.
where we did a show called Cheeseheads. Wasn't called that, but, was it called that? Was it called Cheeseheads?
Yeah, the musical.
Yeah.
Cheeseheads the musical.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Where they all wore cheeseheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Best
never worn one.
best stage
I
right
did
stage
wear
hand
one.
there ever was.
I wore a cheesehead
You did, and
in Muskie Love.
yeah,
We all had cheeseheads.
right.
Okay, I
It's
have
all
a
coming
lightning
back
round.
to you.
Okay, now this lightning round trivia is very easy, and really it's more about recognizing. I mentioned at the top of the show we talked about math. We've had 22 shows now, and we have had 21 different guests over that time period. So I'm going to tell you a song from a show, and you have to say which guest sang it or was involved in it.
Oh,
And for a bonus, Christine, this will be for you because Katie will know all these, if you can name the show that the song is from.
Okay.
We're going to do this fast, though. All right. Who sang Someday I Will Be Clean?
Dirty Bob. Doug Manchesky.
Molly with me. and
Oh,
you?
I'm sorry. As a guest.
Chase.
Chase.
That was a trick question right out of the gate.
Just
'cause
me
that
and
was
you.
The very first show, and it's just Katie and me.
Oh, no kidding.
Tricks.
What show is it from?
It's from Lumberjacks in Love.
That's right. Secondly, who sang Winds of Morning? Or
Katie Dahl.
And who was involved in it as a musician?
Molly Rohde.
That's right. And what show is that from?
Lumberjacks in Love.
That's correct,
Is
Katie
that
Dahl.
Lumberjacks too? Oh.
Who was involved in Went on Thin Ice?
Dan Clare.
That's right. What show is it from?
Guys on Ice?
That's right. How about Waltz to the Last Cow Comes Home?
Matt Dombrowski.
Nope.
Chase.
Nope.
James Kaplan.
That's correct. What show is it from? Go ahead, Katie Doll, for the
Tongue in
steal.
cheek.
Tongue in cheek. How about
knew that.
Fishing's Like Love?
Matt Dombrowski.
Yes. Show?
Fishing for the Moon.
Fishing for the Moon. How about I Think I'm in Love with a Kid?
Chase.
That's right. Show?
Lumberjacks in Love?
That's right. How about Digging Stone?
Craig Konowalski.
Show?
Spitfire.
That's right. When Hope Goes?
Bill Tyson.
Show?
Spitfire.
Very good. Dustin Broom?
Ellie Babbage.
That's correct. Show?
None. Well, I mean, I guess it was in Beneath the Northern Sky.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Breathing Room?
Alex Campia.
From what show?
Fisherman's Daughters.
That's correct. How about Sweaty Pies?
We did that?
Dan Clare.
Nope.
Colin Welford.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
What show?
I know. I should know this.
Katie Doll wrote it.
It rhymes with Lictory Marm.
That's why I had Dan in my head. It's Victory Farm. That's why I had Dan in my head.
How about Verna the Seagull?
Doc Heidi.
What show?
No idea.
Belgians in Heaven trunk songs.
That's correct.
I should know that.
One Act of Kindness.
Who sang that? You did.
Yes.
But I don't know who was on our guest that day. We were outside still. Oh, Colin. No, not Colin. Another piano player, though, maybe.
Not only the piano player, but the composer of the song.
Oh, James Falk.
That's correct. What show? What show?
Boxcar.
That's right. No Place That I'd Rather Be.
Alex.
Nope.
Who did we do that one with? Oh, we didn't do that with Lacrissa. No place.
Do you know what show it's from?
Derrieres.
Derrieres.
Uh-huh. So who was in it?
Well, Lacrissa.
Alex-
and
Doug
Alex.
Clemens?
Oh,
Yes,
Doug
very
Clemens.
good.
Doug
Good
Clemens.
job.
Very
Ding,
good.
ding.
How about Sad Old Man?
Doug Manchesky.
What show?
The Bachelors.
Yep. How about Take It All In?
Lacrissa Granberry.
Yep. What show?
Sunflowered.
That's right. How about Clocks and Spoons?
Andy Coulson.
What show could have it been in?
Fish and Whistle.
How about I Love You More Than Football?
I love you. Kelly Doherty.
And what show?
Dad season tickets.
That's right. How about Out Over the World?
We did that with Ray.
Yeah. And what show?
Fool Me Once.
That's right. Lonesome Traveler
Chris Irwin.
and show.
Good Night Irene.
And No Place Like Home for the Holidays.
Holly Feldman.
You're too quick, Katie Doll.
Home for the Holidays.
And two more questions. Who baked the same cake for the bake-off on September 20th?
Oh, Dave and Katie. We baked the same Ava Nimmer cardamom bun cake.
That's right. And then finally, Christine Salmon. Who am I asking this question to?
Christine Salmon.
That's right. So we have that is our list of all of our special guests, and we want to thank
Yay.
every single one of them for appearing on the Jeff and Katie Show. Isn't that remarkable?
That is remarkable.
Yeah, and all of those songs that I mentioned, we did a lot of songs, and every single one of those is from affiliated with Northern Sky in
Yeah.
some way. Clocks and Spoons is the one that's the outlier, but
Yeah,
that's okay. We
Yeah.
did a John Prine show,
totally.
and we always want to honor John Prine.
We always do, and especially in 2020 because
So
he died
yeah,
this
no,
year.
we just can't thank you guys enough, and we can't thank our special guests who all came from here and there to be on the show on Sunday. We didn't miss a Sunday when we started Katie Doll
No.
on May 31st all the way up to October 25th. Every single Sunday we did a show, even when
We
you
did
were in
one on
Minnesota.
Saturday.
Huh?
We did one on a Saturday at
I
Lacrissa.
think we switched it to a Sunday because we could.
I-
Because that was the one.
I don't think so. I think we
We-
did Lacrissa on Saturday.
There was a Saturday.
Lacrissa was the 12th instead
Yeah.
of the 13th.
Yeah, but we did
Is that
for.
true?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for all intents and purposes.
Why didn't we do the Sunday?
Because I was traveling on Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I got it.
yeah.
What are we doing now? Let's do a song. Let's
Song.
do a Katie Doll song.
Well, I wanted to.
Well, it's a good time for me to step away.
Speaking of all those. Well, it's going to be very pleasant, I think.
Yeah, you can sit and listen if you want, because you're going to be here for the bake-off.
Yeah,
Oh, I
you can
do have
stay.
to stay put for the bake-off. Yes.
The thinking about all those times, I gave my husband a little shout out last week at Rich, and he deserves a shout out because that's all that Whenever it used to be when we were just married without a child that I could do, we could do whatever we wanted, and it didn't. No skin off the other person's back, really. But and at Guthrie, Rich loves being with Guthrie, but that's a lot of time of while I was baking and performing and learning songs that Rich facilitated the Jeff and Katie show. So I wrote this. This is my latest song. I wrote it this summer, and it's a love song for Rich. So it's called Silhouette. How do you know that you love who you love? Do you wait for a flood? Do you send out a dove? When I get to wondering how deep or how high, I close my eyes, think about the day you'll die. Oh, love, the day you'll die. I saw death in New Orleans, smoking a serpent pipe, sipping Scotch bonnet tea. He was looking at you, you were looking at me. He was hanging a bloom on that magnolia tree. Me and you, that magnolia tree. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. the canyon, a red riverbed, stones in my belly, and birds in my head. And you are the river on the day you run dry. You see me reaching forever, stretching up to the sky. The canyon and the river, you and I. Hey, hey, hey. I love the meadow for the graves at our feet, and I love the rainbow for the rust underneath. And that's how I love you. I love your kiss, and I love your shadow, all the things I'll miss. Oh, love, the things I'll miss. You planted all the daffodils, pedaling the Iowa hills, pumping that spinning wheel, keeping that even keel, swimming in the cold lake, feeling that old ache, crying for the dead man, dancing to Graceland, lighting up the Christmas tree, yelling at the referee, swinging that hatchet high, singing a lullaby, pouring out coffee and wine, keeping perfect time, every silent duet, every little regret, every endless breath, your silhouette, your silhouette, your silhouette.
That was lovely, Katie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really lovely.
Beautiful.
Rich is a lucky guy to have people write him songs like that.
Well, I wouldn't have written one if I wasn't a lucky gal.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, I should probably get my
We
my
are-
contribution together.
Oh. Christine has a contribution she talked about, so she's going to go over and get that. Dave Alley's got plates that he's handing out per usual.
This is why Rich is a
think-
really lucky guy, is he's gotten to have the spoils of the bake-off all these many weeks, huh? Which, by the way, is going to be, thank you very much. Should we tell them about our one of the prizes that they're going to be able to,
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
for Home
in
for
the
the
artist
Holidays.
marketplace?
Thank you, David. It looks like we're going to be putting together a cookbook that features all of the recipes that we've done for these 22 episodes. So it's going to be 66 recipes for sure, I think. And there we got, that must be Katie Dahl's contribution. Yep. And I think you said you made some kind of a pumpkin thing, right?
Yep.
And I made an apple thing, and Dave made an extravagant thing.
Chocolate peanut butter.
It's a chocolate peanut butter cake. It's unbelievable looking. We're going to wait.
Wow. Christina's making us
Christine's got a cocktail
treats.
shaker over there. She's
this
she's
is no
elevating.
joke.
She's elevating the Jeff and Katie show in the very last
Yeah,
episode.
I
might
know.
add.
Well, that's the time to elevate it, because then there's no anticlimax.
Yeah, had I but known, I would have been imbibing sooner.
Are these not the cutest little red Solo cups you ever did see? Wow,
Do you-
I've
do you have-
never seen such cute little cups.
Do you have to sing? Do you have to sing
Red
that song
Solo
in falsetto?
cup. With a song? Let's fill it up. Let's have a party. That one?
Yeah, you have to sing it in falsetto if you have this one.
Let's have red
It's a
Solo
little
cup.
one.
This is a little cup. Just a tiny little cup.
It's a little red solo cup.
Yeah. It's the cutest one. They have helium in them, these cups.
Thank you.
Wow, this is for real. This is like when Jeff Herbst made whipped cream on screen.
I tell you, and I love your cocktail shaker. I can see it's one of those that has recipes on it.
What do you mean?
You turn the thing on the outside and it shows you the proportions.
Oh,
of
that is amazing.
different drinks. Yeah, right?
It was a Christmas gift from my mother-in-law.
Hint, hint, mother-in-law. No, just kidding.
She was amazing.
No, Dorothy, you do not have to get me cocktail shaker. Doesn't really
Now,
seem.
tell me again what this little concoction is.
It's called Apple Holic.
Oh, right.
It is equal parts Crown Apple and Fireball.
Oh,
So
I
it's
kn-
just
I
it's
figured,
whiskey on whiskey.
yeah. Figured you had a
But
little zinger in
Last
there.
song's gonna be so good.
Well, that's fun.
Thank
Hey,
you.
everybody has one.
Now, should we have this first? Do you think before bakery?
I just had a little sip of it just because I felt like it.
Well, why else does one ever have a little sip?
Toast,
Big
toast,
toast
to
to
Northern
Christine.
Sky.
And a northern sky, but yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to
Yeah.
all. Health and happiness from here on
Oh
out.
my gosh, yum!
Doesn't it just?
That's like a perfect little fall thing.
It is.
It's a
Yeah.
little firebomb,
It is.
little zinger. For the kid who likes Red Hots
Yeah.
as a grown-up,
Yeah. I
right?
was gonna say maybe not the kid who likes Red Hots, but yes, his or her
adult
adult self. Now, that was delicious, and Christine, your privilege as the guest is to choose.
Which one
Which-
we're going to sample first?
Yeah, which should we taste first?
Well, we're going big first.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
wow.
Yeah, big or go home, right?
Okay.
Okay, now so this is David told me that he made this is all homemade, and it's a chocolate peanut butter cake with chocolate buttercream.
Holy smokes.
This is terrible, you guys. Let me tell you. It's so good. Oh man, the cake, David, is like so wonderful and chocolatey and
Wow.
deeply delicious.
And that peanut butter creamy middle. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty outstanding.
Wow. That'll do it. And now is there
Smackaroonies.
cream cheese in that? In what? In the peanut butter part?
Confectioner sugar, yeah.
Peanut butter, cream cheese, and confectioner sugar, he said. And whipped cream. Wow. Awesome. All right. Taste number
Outstanding.
1 accomplished.
Okay.
What's next, Christine?
Gosh. Well, let's keep in the theme of big. So we'll go to the medium-sized
Okay,
one next. The medium-sized one
Okay,
is
now
next.
Jeff made this, right?
Jeff made this.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
No, eat it first.
Oh, man.
Eat it first. No, you eat it first.
Yum. Well, this is like an apple thing, and it seems to be an apple cake, right?
It's an apple cake.
I know that Charles wanted you to make an apple pie, but you chose cake instead.
I chose a recipe that was called Easy as Pie Apple Cake. Seriously.
I love it.
Yeah.
A very clever
I know.
recipe writer.
Oh, it's such a fall recipe. This is just delicious.
Well, I went to Croas again. And this time I picked up a peck. I just had a little drink of your drink. Lord.
You're welcome.
And I picked up a peck. Of Honeycrisp. And I thought, I'm going to make something with some Honeycrisp apples. So I made
A Minnesota original, I would like to say, Honeycrisp,
that's right.
engineered at the University of Minnesota, I believe.
Really?
That's true.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it was held as a university property, I think, for a number of years before they released it. I think that's the way apples always develop, isn't it?
I mean, that makes sense. I remember it was a big deal when I was growing up in Minnesota, like going to get Honeycrisp, like where you could find them. And there was like my friend lived right next to an apple orchard, and when they got Honeycrisps, it was like a big deal. Like
Yeah.
everyone in high school even was like, "Oh, did you hear they have Honeycrisps at Victoria Valley Orchard?" So
It's a really good apple.
it's really
Did
good. This
you-
is a really good cake that you made with this
Oh,
apple.
good. I'm glad you enjoyed
Did
it.
you put pecans in
I
this?
did. I toasted some pecans and threw them in there just for the fun of it.
Fabulous.
And just for it weren't even in the recipe.
What?
They weren't even in the recipe.
Optional.
Great. And tell me
I
what else.
opted
Is
in.
there
Good
anything
call.
surprising? It doesn't taste surprising to me, but I would hate to be missing something. Is there anything surprising in this cake?
No.
No. It's very delicious.
It's easy as pie.
It's easy as
apple
pie.
cake.
What did you not understand, Katie Doll?
Okay,
but there
can
was
we
a
move
challenge.
on?
Yeah,
Because
go on to the
I'm
next one.
dying to try the next one.
Yes, we can move on.
Yeah.
I have been teasing these two and all of their guests for 21 episodes, wondering why they never left me anything on Monday morning. I would
right.
show up in the box office. I'd be
tell ya.
snooping around the kitchen. I'd be looking in the back of the air. Nope, they never left anything. So I am just pleased to be here trying this
Yay.
finally. Okay, tell us about this one.
Well, you taste it. I'll tell you where I got the recipe. I got it from Ellie Clawwater, who is Doc Heidi's stepdaughter,
Oh.
and an old friend of mine. I follow her on Instagram, and her Instagram is always full of like amazing bakery. So I asked her for the recipe, which she gave me. So it's a
It's a lovely apple. Well, I'm trying to figure out what the crust is, but it looks like it's kind of graham crackery, but it's got something else in it.
So. Do you want to guess anything, or you want me to tell you about the crust?
I need to get a better.
Okay, you get a
I
bite.
was
of it.
trying to isolate it.
Yeah, okay. You isolate. I will tell you that I had to start this
ginger
thing.
snaps.
Correct. Good job,
That's
Jeff
it.
Herbst.
I was
Well
going to
done.
say nutmeg, but nope.
Yep.
Ginger snaps and a little bit of cocoa powder
Uh-huh.
and butter and ground ginger and cinnamon in the crust as well as in the pumpkin filling.
Can't go wrong with that.
No. So
Yum.
I have so many ginger snaps to give all of you people because I made I made the ginger snaps from scratch, and the recipe was just ginormous, and they're so thin that you make like, instead of a recipe that makes like a normal like 36 cookies, you make like 85 cookies. So I have very many to share.
Man.
Oh, it's delicious. I love the pumpkin, but I'm all about pumpkin this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, it
You can put
seems to
pumpkin in
me.
anything.
Were you watching, Christine, when Jeff told us that pumpkin is not necessarily pumpkin? It's squash. But we're a little unclear on the veracity of this claim. But
Well,
It's nonetheless-
Here's what I'm saying about it for clarification.
Yeah.
After reading the Snopes.
uh-huh.
Holly Feldman has a pumpkin over there. That is not. When people think about pumpkin, they think that's what's being used by Libby and anybody else who cans pumpkin. It's not.
Uh-huh.
It looks more like a squash.
I see.
And the derivation of pumpkin squash botanically is very fuzzy. Very, very fuzzy.
I thought that was peach.
So yeah,
Well,
if
that
you-
makes sense.
If you look at it, if you go to Libby's site, I mean, they claim, they swear up and down, and they could be right, that what they're growing are pumpkins,
Uh-huh.
but they do not look like those.
They don't look like that.
pumpkins at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The instructions for this pumpkin bar had, if you use real pumpkin, if you use fresh pumpkin versus canned pumpkin, they had a whole different, it was like choose your own adventure, and if you didn't have canned pumpkin, your life was very different, and I chose the easier adventure.
Oh, for
The
sure.
can-
For sure. Sometimes it's like with dried beans too. If a really good canned bean, it's the fastest way to get there, and you cannot tell the difference often.
Yeah, right. I have a cranberry bean soup on the slow cooker at home.
Oh, that sounds
I
good.
know. I'm gonna go home and.
Cranberry bean.
Have you had cranberry beans before?
I have had them. We get our beans from this awesome company called Rancho Gordo,
Uh-huh.
and that's where I got the cranberry beans. Yeah, they're like beautiful. They're. I mean, they don't taste like cranberry. They're just beautiful. They're just red. They're white and red mottled beans.
Really?
Very, very pretty. Yeah.
Really? Very
What did
interesting.
you put in your soup?
Chorizo,
Oh, wonderful.
cranberry beans, and that's very simple. Onions and stock and chorizo and cranberry beans,
You gonna
basically.
throw any greens in there?
Oh,
at the
there's
end?
me cabbage.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was gonna
cabbage.
say.
I forgot about I knew there
Uh-huh.
was something I had to do. Cabbage. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's from a Christopher Kimball recipe. I'm so obsessed with this Christopher Kimball
I know.
cookbook.
Aren't they great?
Yeah. I mean, every night I make a new thing. So
Yeah.
that's great. It's a perfect 2020 pandemic discovery. Now, Christine Salmon.
Yes.
First of all, everyone, isn't it? You should know when you run into Christine that it is salmon which is
Yeah, I said salmon.
I mean, it's so cool. I'm sure
happens.
everyone does. That's how I said it until I heard you say it, and
Yeah.
I just anyway, that's an excellent thing to know. And would you like to choose a winner, or you don't have to? What Jeff has been doing lately is letting people off the hook by just saying who made the best apple cake, who made the best peanut butter
Right,
cake,
right.
and who made the best pumpkin bar.
You know, and I
And
will
cocktail.
say, you guys today picked 3 of my favorite ingredients in the world: pumpkin, chocolate, and peanut butter as a combination, just kind of hard to beat, and apple. And I actually prefer an apple cake over an apple pie.
Ah, me too.
My husband's an apple pie guy, but
Oh.
I love the apple cake. So, truly can't pick a favorite. Won't.
You
Don't
don't.
have
You
to.
don't have to. She
Good.
does have to.
What?
Did you say she does have to?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't
No.
think so.
They are
No.
all amazing,
Yeah.
and these recipes will be included in the cookbook
Yeah.
because one of our amazing volunteers, who is
Liz,
I'm sure
probably
watching right now,
Hi, Liz.
Hi, Liz. She is going to go back and watch each Jeff and Katie episode, and she is going to write down the recipes that have been provided, and they will be in the cookbook.
And then you can buy that on the Artist Marketplace.
Yep.
Speaking of things you should know about, there is a little bucket, a virtual bucket that I always like to mention. If you'd like to throw a few bucks in our bucket, it is www.paypal.me/abuckinthebucket. We would be grateful if that helps us support all of our ongoing programming and all the busyness that we've got going on.
Sure does.
So
So to close off the baking portion of the first season of the Jeff and Katie Show, a huge thank you, I think, goes out to Dave Alley.
Oh my gosh.
Our tech director, not only for being tech director, but for participating in the bake-off as an off-camera person. It's one of the things I loved most about the show, David, is the fact that you participated, that you showed up every week with its wonderful baked goods. I just think it's fantastic.
I think it's
So
great.
thank you so much for
Yay, David.
being a part of it. It was really great.
Yeah.
Let's have Holly Feldman join us again. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Christine. Woo!
We're not going to say goodbye because there are
Thank you.
too many goodbyes that have to happen in this world.
I agree.
But we will say bon voyage as
Lovely.
always,
Lovely.
especially in these times. And we look forward to seeing you on Zoom because I know we will many times.
Sure will. Let's see here. Don't forget about the reunion, everybody.
Yeah, don't forget about the reunion on Saturday. It's going to be fun.
Oh, and wait, I think we forgot to tell them what I would find as a Northern Sky nerd, the most exciting part of the reunion, which is that there's archival. You're going to be sharing some stuff from the archives, yeah?
Well, it looks like I'm going to probably be able to do it. I did a little test run
great.
for myself, and I was able to pull some video and share it over Zoom. So I'm hoping there won't be any glitches to do that because I think it would be fun to see. We have footage from all 4 of the productions, so I'm hoping to pull something from each of them, and that way people can see what we did.
Yeah.
We can talk about it, and it'll also just jog the participants, the panelists' memories.
Yeah.
Because, goodness, 25 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Is her mic on?
Am I on now? Oh, hello.
There you go.
I don't know if you noticed this. We've been talking about home for the holidays wherever you are, and it's just starting to snow. I can actually see it come over my head now
Yes.
into here.
Oh my gosh, that is so
Oh,
crazy.
for heaven's
Snowing.
sake. I said it and it happened, Christine. I know.
It is snowing.
You're so, but that's good. Christine
The
said it can
snow's
snow
coming
as
in.
much.
We're
Yeah.
performing in the snow.
I love it. It's so
pretty,
fitting.
actually.
Oh, that's
Also,
Oh,
Holly,
there's no place like home.
Holly was our first. I thought it was worth mentioning. Holly was our first ever guest before we had the Jeff and Katie show. Like this is, like
Yeah.
the Lucy and Ricky show before I Love Lucy or something.
Yeah.
Like when Jeff and Holly and I all got together the day after Raise the Curtain and had a little kind of show, and we
It really was the pilot.
it was a pilot. They picked it up, and success ever since. And so it is. So it's all feels cool to have this all full circle and have Holly back for our last episode of the season, as it were.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, I laugh out loud as I'm watching from home. This is two of you and your banter, and I just
What are you
cannot.
laughing at?
I can't. I'm just enjoying you so much, and we can't thank you enough. I mean, this was a huge commitment. I mean, all the numbers you've learned. I mean, everything you work on. I mean, there's so much work that goes on besides what you see in the magic of television and the Facebook world.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
the magic of television.
It is. It has been just a joy, and I know when we first started out, I was like, "How are we going to do this? How is it going to happen? How are we?
Right.
How?" And
Right.
it's just been delightful, and I'm laughing out loud as I'm standing here in the background too. It's been really fun to watch you guys. So.
Well, it has been. It's been, frankly, it's been kind of a saving grace, is the truth.
Yeah.
Because I think it's kept all of us connected in a way that we otherwise would not have been. And it's kept, an ongoing, we have our virtual season, and that's all great. But everybody who came to be on this show, we would hear from them. It's like, this is the first time I've done something like this.
Yeah.
So
Like the first time they'd sung since pandemic
Yeah.
started. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with other people.
Well, and not
these
only
are all people that we were going to employ
Yeah.
this year,
And not only that, but we offer it for free on Facebook, but then we send it out on Monday via email.
Yeah.
So everyone, my mother-in-law who's not on Facebook, she takes it in she gets her email on Monday. She watches every single
Yeah.
one. I'm sure I'll hear from her, on Tuesday saying, "I saw you on the Jeff and Katie show."
I think it's about 1,500 views a week that we've been getting on
Yeah.
the show, which is really fantastic.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I know. I love it. And
Yeah.
it has made my son feel that Jeff is like the most important person in his life. Like I was like last night I was like, "Guthrie, who are all the people that love you?" And he was like, "Well, Nama and Dappa and Grandma Dorothy and Grandpa Dave and Jeff and Charles." He's like he doesn't come here, but I think he just watches the show enough, he said, and Jeff is almost as tall as Pat Palmer, who also loves me. I was like, "Yeah, that's true. That's about right." And he said Jeff is taller than Charles. Like, "Yep, we've cleared."
You got it. You got
These
it.
are things he might not have known otherwise. So,
That's right. I love it.
so
Well,
on the first time that Holly was with us, we did this. We did this Fred Alley song,
Yep.
so I think we're gonna do it now.
yeah, nice way to close out the first season of the Jeff and
Yes.
Katie Show.
the first season. I like that.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Fortunes for a nickel, songs I'll sing for free. Peter Pan became a man, he looks a lot like me. Bullets off of buildings, echo in the brain. Holler for the hobo on the hellfire train. Times are hard for the hobo, times are hard for the rich man. Times are hard for the dollar, times are hard for the dime. When you smile, try to hold it. When you laugh, try and listen. 'Cause there's always time enough for more hard times. Hopscotch on the sidewalk, poker on the face, 4-1 on stew ball, who isn't in the race? Horses from a distance, they seem to run in place. I like to see the derby from up in outer space. Times are hard for the hobo, times are hard for the rich man. Times are hard for the dollar, times are hard for the dime. When you smile, try to hold it. When you laugh, try and listen. 'Cause there's always time enough for more hard times. Birds on flowers look like giant bumblebees. Threshers on the highway look like monsters in 3D. Army tanks on Main Street will wear the blacktop out. Laser beams in heaven will put the moon's light out. Times are hard for the hobo, times are hard for the rich man. Times are hard for the dollar, times are hard for the dime. When you smile, try to hold it. When you laugh, try and listen. 'Cause there's always time enough for more hard times. Yeah, when you smile, try to hold it. When you laugh, try and listen. 'Cause there's always time enough for more hard times. Yeah, there's always time enough for more hard times.
Well, thanks, everybody. Lovely. Thanks, Holly Feldman. Let's do one final song. Put Holly to the test. Did you practice, Holly? Katie Doll, I almost did that one with the transpose button on.
Oh, for old time's sake.
For old time's sake. The Jeff and Katie Show.
The Katie and Jeff
No,
Show.
the Jeff and Katie Show.
The Katie and Jeff
No.
Show. Commutable.
Refutable.
Disputable.
Delusional.
No matter what, we know that you'll be watching. The Jeff and Katie Show.
And Holly. And all of you.
Yay.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the snow. That's crazy. Little flurries. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.